How we were camped that summer on the head of the Cimarron, when along come a stranger and he stopped to argue some. He looked so very foolish, we began to look around. We thought he was a stranger that had just escaped from town. We asked him if he'd had a bite and he hadn't had a spare. We showed him our chuck box and bet he'd take his share. He took a cup of coffee, a biscuit, and some beans, and then he started telling about those foreign kings and queens. He talked about a John Paul Drone, a fighting son of a gun, who was just as quick as lightning when it came to use his guns. Spoke of a battleship Maine, what got sank out on the sea. Her guns as big as steers and ramrods long as trees. He said he'd lost his job out on the Santa Fe, and he'd struck across the plains to strike the 7D. He didn't say how come it's some trouble with the boss, and he asked if he could borrow a gentle saddle horse. Well, this tickled us boys, and we laughed right up our sleeves. Oh, we got a saddle horse as nice and fat as you please. Shorty grabbed the lariat and he roped the zebra Dunn, turned him over to the stranger, and we waited for our fun. Now this Dunny is a pony that has grown so very wild, he can paw the moon right out of the sky whenever he gets riled. But the Dunny just stood there as if he didn't know, until he was all saddled and was ready for to go. When the stranger hit the saddle, say that Dunny quit the earth. He went right straight up in the sky for all that he was worth. A bucking and a bawling and a having wall-eyed fits. His hind foot be particular and his front one's in the bits. But the stranger, he just sat there and curled his black mustache, just like a summer boarder a-waiting for his hash, a-thumbing him in the shoulder and a-spurring him when he'd whirl. Hollered at us punchers, I'm the wolf of all the world. Well, when he had dismounted and was more upon the ground, we knew he was a thoroughbred and not a gent from town. There's one thing, a sure thing, you bet you know I've found. Every educated fellow isn't a plumb greenhorn. Well, the boss, he had been standing there watching the show. He rushed right up to the stranger and he said, you needn't go. If you can handle a lariat like you rode the zebra Dunn, you're the one I'm looking for since the year of one.